Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor, which is due unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Musa and rule well, and have taught me this truth. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect of Yahweh Shai. And yeah, pretty much I'm gonna go into this parable, man, the parable of the wheat and the tares. And I was in a field today. I came across a field of wheat, and I also saw tares among them, and it made me think of this parable. And I get a lot of stick. Well, I have got a lot of stick over the years, and continue to do so, for looking like an Edomite. Okay, although I'm an Israelite by lineage, by seed, by the spirit. Um, you know, these guys are, these black only, dark minded Israelites. These ignorant people out there who don't understand the whole thing about the Israelite foreigners and the seed, and how you're gonna have, Israelites that looking like other nations coming into this truth. How you're gonna have Israelites of looking like other nations, period. You know? And the flip side of that also is that you're also gonna get so-called black looking, straight up afros, everything. You're gonna get guys looking like that are gonna be Edomites. All right, i.e., that their spirit goes back to what the so-called their seed goes back to the so-called white man. All right, Esau. And this parable was regarding them, so I'm going to read it. This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. It says, "Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way." Now, if you know anything about tares and wheat, when they're young, in their infancy, in a sense, when they're growing, they have a very, very similar look. But as they grow, you start to notice the difference, okay? But they're very similar. It says, "But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have its tares? He said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? And I want you to picture it like this. If an Edomite, a so-called white man, goes and sleeps with a black woman, has a child, now that child's going to come out, looking a lighter brown skin. If that child then goes and has, sex with a black woman again, marries a black woman, has a child, that child is going to come out looking darker and darker, more of a browner complexion. Okay? Going to have afro type hair and so on and so forth. But the progenitor of his line goes back to an Edomite. Okay? That's what you need to understand. A lot of people, they don't understand the lineages and lines. And the scripture is very, very clear regarding that. All right, let's get that in Numbers 1 and 18. It says, "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day." So the congregation of Israel was being brought together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees, okay, their footprints in a sense, after their families by the house of their fathers. Now, it doesn't mention the house of their mothers. Do you know why? Because the woman doesn't carry seed. The woman is just an incubator, okay, for the seed. Think of it as earth in a sense. It nourishes the seed, it incubates the seed, but the seed is from the man. That's why it was always by the house of your fathers. Who your father is determines who you are, your nation. All right, let's go back to the parable in Matthew 13. Now that we have an understanding of that. It says, where are we? Where are we? Verse 28. He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, that's talking about the angels, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn, the wheat being what? Israel. Okay, the elect. But the tares, you know, you might have people that look like Israelites, but really they're Edomites. They're the enemy. They're the devil. Okay, and I'm not just talking about. I'm not talking about these so-called black devils, as we joke. I'm not talking about the wicked of our own people who actually are Israelites. They are the righteous seed, but they're just wicked. Okay, like Yahweh Shai said, you are of your father the devil. Okay, because they're in the spirit of Cain. No, I'm talking about straight up devils. I'm talking about Edomites. Edomites that are going to have to suffer, okay, slavery, that are going to go into slavery and ultimately going to go through this. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. All right. Now this understanding, that's why you've had guys come up over the years, okay, looking like Israelites, but through the spirit, brothers are determined, hey, that's probably a tear, man, because you that's the thing with spiritual men, and different nations also have things about them that you can kind of pick up on, man. Like Moab has that, like, just an observation. Moab has that kind of that I call it the penguin walk. They kind of waddle along. You got Elam, got the bobbing, shaking head. There's a certain look. You look into the eyes. There's a certain way. It's a spirit. That's why sometimes people say, "Well, how do you know he's a Jake?" Okay, why? Like, you need to see me do a layup. Someone's a Jake. Just, hey, Bruce Lee, all that flavor. Come on, man. He's a Jake. Now he looks like a so-called Chinese man. Okay, grew up in China, all of that, born there, but he's an Israelite. Okay, he's one of the scattered. All right. Let me get a quick precept. Actually, no, I want to get Daniel. Bear with me. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried. That's the elect of the nation of Israel. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Okay, so, no Edomite is going to make it onto a chariot. No Edomite is going to be sealed in Yahweh Shai for salvation. No, not one Edomite is going to make it. What's going to happen to the Edomites is they're going to be destroyed, man. Okay? They're going to be killed, or they're going to be put into slavery. And ultimately, after they serve 1,000 years of slavery, they're going to be destroyed. That's the future for an Edomite. All right? The devil, the wicked, that the scriptures speak of. So it doesn't matter what you look like. If you're an Edomite, you're done. All right? And it also doesn't mean no matter what you look like, but if you're an Israelite and an elect of the nation of Israel, then you're good. That's the thing. Ultimately, Israel going to be good in the kingdom. So, just to be of that seed, man. These heathen nations are going to be under us. All right? And again, that's pretty much to the point, but I'm just going to back you up with this precept. In Psalms 147, verse 19, it says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So this ain't for other. This truth ain't for other nations, man. All right. Now, what you look like? This is for Israel, and only the people, only those that can hear it, the household of faith, the elect, are gonna be able to receive this word, man, truly, and be sealed. All right, in Yahweh Shemiel Shai. So, hey, this is just a quick one, and Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, Bashem Kakadash. With that, man, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom to the elect.